My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But whenever people talk about the original trilogy, they always say that this one is the worst one. They always say that this movie just isn't on the same level as the first two, and I think that is pure insanity. What are you talking about? This movie fucking walks. I absolutely love it, and it's a perfect end to the trilogy, to the characters, and it just blows me away every time I watch it. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And Mark Hamill is fantastic. You just look at him in this movie and compare him to A New Hope, and you can tell he has grown. You can tell that he has matured. And you can tell that he has become the hero he was always meant to be. And I love how this character so passionately believes in his father and just won't let that go. I actually think it's very inspiring about this character, and he just carries this movie so perfectly. He brings emotional weight when needed, and he is truly incredible. But my favorite performance is Harrison Ford. He is just so terrific as Han Solo. He's hilarious. Like, he's so effortlessly funny, and he manages to be likable and charming and a badass. And I love how there's this tiny bit of tension between him and Leia because he thinks Leia is into Luke, and his relief at the end when he finds out they're siblings, like, he just sells you on it. I love this character. I love this performance. Just perfection. And then we get Carrie Fisher, and I think she's mostly great here. She just elevates this character in every sense. I love how she does become a badass, she does become a hero, and she brings plenty of personality to her character. And I just love the dynamic between these three characters. Whenever they talk and hug each other, you just can't help but be happy. So, yeah, they're some of the most iconic and loved characters ever, and for good reason. Then we've got David Prowse and James Earl Jones as Darth Vader, and they probably have the most to do in this movie, and they brought it. I actually think Darth Vader becomes an all-timer villain because of this movie. Like, he's great in the other two. He's menacing, he's complex, and he just has this presence to him. But this is a movie where he feels most human, and I loved seeing him struggle. And it sounds like something so small, but it makes all the difference. Then we've got Ian McDiarmid as Darth Sidious, and great performance. Like, he just personifies evil so incredibly well with his look and his voice, and he's great. And I also love the inclusion of Force lightning in this movie. Just a nice little bit of mythology added in. Then we've got Frank Oz, who is definitely not as hyperactive in this movie, but he still does a really good job. I love how Luke is asking him questions and he's just like, peace out, I just want to die. I don't want to answer these questions. It's actually really funny. Alec Guinness has a bit more to do in this movie as Force Ghost Obi-Wan, and I thought he did a really good job. Billy D. Williams, I don't think he actually gets the credit he deserves for these movies. Like, in just 2 movies, he has a fully realized arc, he's likable and charming and funny, and he truly stands out here. Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca, he does sounds incredibly well, and yeah, he's good. Anthony Daniels is funny as always as 3PO, and Kenny Baker, don't know what he does, but he's good. I like R2-D2. So the cast all does a great job, but the character designs in this movie are just utter perfection. Jabba the Hutt is such an iconic looking character. I love how slug look he is. Ewoks are iconic as they just look like nice teddy bears. Admiral Akbar, Bib Fortuna, the Rancor looks so scary and awesome, and I love how they brought it to life. The Sarlacc is brought to life incredibly well, and I love how when you're eaten by it, you're just digesting for a very long time. It's actually such a horrific thought that makes this creature stand out. And yeah, I think the makeup for everyone in this movie is truly top notch. Like, the first half hour of this movie is just filled with so much personality and so much craftsmanship that I can't help but love it. Also, the practical sets, incredible, truly are. Jabba's place is very well designed. I like the dark, grimy look of the place. Endor is brought to life incredibly well, and I love how we get another new type of planet, and it's brought to life just perfectly. And the throne room in the second Death Star really looks great too. So just all these sets, all the makeup, all the stop motion, all of it is inspiring to me. Like, it's probably never going to happen, but I would love to make movies, and I watch a movie like this and it just hits different. I also love how the speedo bike chase is brought to life. You've got the AT-STs, you've got the Ewok traps. There's just so much creativity on display. The visual effects definitely hold up. Like, it still blows my mind that this movie was made in 1983. The movie sounds great, and I love the music by John Williams. The celebration and finale piece is actually one of my favorite pieces of music in the entire franchise. Like, the Order 66 scene music, Binary Sunset, and then this one. So it's a top 3 piece, and I do really like the story. I know people complain about the first act, but I don't get why. Like, it makes perfect sense that they would rescue Han Solo, and it's very entertaining, and like I said, I just love the craftsmanship on display. The second act is lots of build-up for the last act, and it's done incredibly well. It's got some goofy moments, yeah, but the fun, the goofy, I enjoy those moments. And the last act just has everything coming into play. And there is so much going on with Lando and the Rebels, and then Han Solo and Leia and 3PO and the Ewoks. But most importantly, Luke, Darth Vader, and Darth Sidious. Will Luke turn evil? Can Darth Vader redeem himself? And you just don't know how it's going to play out, and it's compelling. There's so much emotional weight to everything going on that the future of the galaxy is resting on these characters' decisions. And I love how Luke is staying true to himself, but as soon as Leia is brought up, that's when he starts to turn to the dark side for just a moment. And I've seen some people say, well, what's the point of Luke and Leia being brother and sister? Because they spent a few movies getting you to care about them, so that moment where Luke almost turns to the dark side has more weight behind it. And the Emperor just torturing Luke as Luke is screaming out for his dad, like it's just devastating to watch, and there's so much emotional weight. And for Darth Vader to do the right thing and actually save his son, it's actually really beautiful. It actually moves me on an emotional level. And I really do love this movie. Some people complain about the fact that it's the second Death Star. It's a bit redundant, and they're not exactly wrong, but this is strike two. I'll let them have it. They just better not do it again. But I'll talk about those movies later on. So anyways, I think this movie is just utter perfection. I love these characters, I love this mythology, I love this story. There's emotion, there's excitement, there's lots going on at a thematic level. And the craftsmanship of this movie is just top fucking notch. I love it. I think it is one of the best movies of the franchise. So I'm giving Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, a 9 out of 10. Okay, Star Wars Episode 6. Have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.